everyone, it's Liam Caddison here as we continue Angel Season 2 with the 7th episode. We are getting quite into this season, and yeah, as I have done with the entirety of the season, looking forward to seeing what's going to be happening with this episode, because this season has just been well done so far. It's just been enjoyable every episode, especially seeing Angel deal with the impact of Darla's return and how that's kind of put him on at a bit of an edge so far. So yeah, I'm excited to see what this episode does entail. We had quite a focus on Wesley in the last episode as he pretended to be Angel, which was very, very comedical, especially the last 5 minutes of the episode, where it was just it was just crazy. It was just very, very entertaining. But yeah, we also had Angel have a bit of an insightful conversation with the Tish McGev, who killed the real person that Angel was supposed to see. But it's still, Angel had some things to dwell over thanks to his conversation with the Tish McGev. So yeah, it was quite a focused episode for Wesley, I guess, on the most part, but also Angel as well, with the whole Darla situation. So yeah, with that said, let's get into episode 7 of Angel Season 2. Let's go.
There's nothing on your mind. That is to say, nothing you'd like to perhaps share? Nope. Really?
Oh my god! Oh my god.
You're bleeding.
I guess I am.
Something happened?
God, yes. So many things. I remember them all. Now do you know what we've become?
Enemies.
Ooh.
Oh no. Much worse.
You can already see her contemplating about how...
Now we're soulmates.
Ha! Ha!
Either way, I die.
No. You will not die.
The Master!
You will be reborn.
I know.
And thus...
I came to you last night. But I will.
Bloody hell, the Master!
Am I the only one who thinks this is just a really bad idea?
The blood is still hot in his veins.
You noticed that, did you?
We stalk the surface to feed and grow our ranks. We do not live amongst the human pestilence.
I'll be honest. You really couldn't with that face, now could you?
Oh, I mean, he's got a point, to be fair.
It's not stuck like that now, is it?
Just love how
Past the curse of human features.
he
I'm not
doesn't
gonna get a bat nose like that.
feel
No,
below the
very few
Master
vampires
whatsoever.
Whose face do you want to look at for eternity? His or mine?
It is.
Oh, wow.
I made her.
You could still lose what you've created. Oh, someone's showing a bit of...
You're leaving with the stallion, aren't you?
Stop calling me that.
Don't be cross. I could be your mummy.
Well, if you're lonely, Drew, why don't you make yourself a playmate?
I could. I could pick the wisest and bravest knight in all the land. And make him mine.
Is this
forever
before
when I
Spike? Speak of?
Wait, you're going.
Oh, how that lines up to,
Or you could just take the
Feel
first
for
common
love.
idiot that comes along.
Her because mom and dad are in the coma. Sue, the property manager, was very helpful. She even cried.
I'm loving Cordy getting on top of her acting game.
Perhaps it would be best if you let me contact
Good on
Gavin,
Cordy.
and he and I could check this out. We could do the reconnaissance, give you a full report, and we can all decide how to proceed as
Reconnaissance.
a team.
Believe me, I know. 400 years and still too short.
You could live 2,000 years and... it's too soon. To be fair, he kind of looks like Angelus back in the 1800s with the.
What am I?
Darla.
Is that it? Am I Darla? Careful. Darla would snap you in half. Is that who I am?
This identity crisis that she's displaying is.
I understand what you're
Not gonna lie, it's heart crushing.
It's a cancer. This soul.
What Angel warned her about,
You took him
eh?
from me. You stole him away. You gave him a soul.
You must suffer. A soul is victim
Angel?
suffered.
That is no justice. Whatever pain he caused your daughter was an action. But if you do as I say, your family can live.
Hey! Spike!
Pretty music. Pretty music. They cry out for mercy.
I love Drew so much.
Show none.
I can help you too.
No. No, you can't. You don't have it in you. I'm sorry.
Why don't we all take a walk down to Mr. Manor's office?
I can handle this.
Buddy!
All right, go.
Go,
She's not leaving
shoot.
the building. I said
Or go out the window. Oh, oh, Darla!
Darla.
Missed, please, because. Ooh, she took a right smack at him.
Picked her up 2 blocks from here.
She's safe.
We won't discuss it any further.
If you're thinking about handing this
This
project-
situation.
Well,
has
that's
gone
not
too
a
far.
clear yes or no question, buddy.
I'm terminating the project.
Terminating.
Go home, Lindsay.
This is what I think it is, isn't it?
Rest. We'll start fresh tomorrow.
Going through. And unlike me, maybe she won't have to go through it alone.
You're not alone.
He was when he was
She may be
first
experiencing all
Angel.
of this exactly as you did.
Not now, but
Angel, you yourself wandered for 100 years without ever seeking redemption.
That's right. I sought her. Good. We can have the whirlwind back.
We can do this.
Yes, we can.
We can do anything.
Anything we like.
but how long will it stick? Because of course, yeah. So whilst they're kissing, Drew and Spike are banging next to a corpse.
Exactly in the loop on this. All right, that's where they do that sort of stuff. It'll be underground where the vaults used to be.
This is a trick. Just know I'll be coming back for you.
Oh, jeez.
Hell,
I don't think I've seen Angel wear anything else but a black leather jacket as well, like in terms of leather jackets.
Darla!
But it's, yeah, interesting to have Lindsay back seeking Angel's help like last season. Oh, he's not gonna get... Oh!
The whirlwind, Angelus.
Yeah, I don't think he can be Angelus, can he?
Did you hear that?
Congratulations. I guess that makes you one of us.
Don't be so glum, mate. What you tell it? Once last.
Oh, he wasn't jealous whatsoever, was he?
Getting all chosen as we speak.
I thought he was jealous. You thought he was Angelus. Get it?
Did you think I wouldn't notice? Only evildoers, that's all you hunt now. You swore to me. You said if I took you back, you'd prove yourself.
And I will.
Well, he did. From a certain point of view.
Now's your chance.
Is that the same baby?
I went back before dawn.
Oh,
They were still
shh.
Darla?
She got knocked out by that throw. Hui.
Mr. McDonald, is everything okay in there?
Oh yeah, that was the officer.
Now I find I need you.
that's it. It's a case of you needing him rather than needing him.
It takes time.
It takes moments. Do it. Now.
Like this.
Turn me back. God.
Except she's desperate for
running in my
this.
chest for another instant.
This is what Angel warned you about, though, isn't it?
It's a gift. To feel that heartbeat.
You finally reached the crucible.
To know, really, and for favor. Is that what you think? You did me a favor.
Ooh.
You damned me.
Darla, wait.
No. Don't look for me again.
But she does need the help, that's it, at the end of the day, because she cannot come to terms. Ooh. She can't come to terms with what she is now. The pain is raw, and I mean, if episode 2 of season 2 was any indication, that was like what, around 50 years, a bit more, after Angel got his soul, and there was still that pain for him. So, you know, this is not something that's easily going to be controlled. And it's even worse with Darla, because she was a vampire longer. So, and you even heard her comments, like she was Darla for so long that her past was, yeah. Not just that though, but like, if anything, she was a vampire, like, twofold than how long Angel was, because she was turned in the 1600s, and she died near enough in the like nearing the 2000 era. So yeah, in the late 90s. So, but not just that. Well, I was going to say not just that though, but her life. It seemed to indicate that she led a disappointing life, where, like, she called herself a whore. I was just going to say, like, Angel didn't really have a revered life as well, because he was a drunken, he kept getting himself drunk and causing trouble, so yeah. And I've got to say, I just love the scenes between Darla and Angel, though. Like, episode 5 was a brilliant, intense scene, and that scene was as well, where Darla is demanding that she'd be turned into a vampire once again. But we know that Angel can't. It's not happening. So it's just going to be a long road to recovery, and yeah, I'm just really intrigued to see where this goes, because, like, this is it. It's a long road to recovery. Having a soul in you, and especially to the point where you can't remember who you were before you were a vampire, it's tearing you up. You're seeing how much it's tearing her apart. And what I'm really loving is the fact that we're getting a good, clear comparison to Darla as she is in the present day, broken, not knowing what to do, and seeing how palpable that difference is to when she was a vampire, how much more confidence she has. Like, you can really tell how this is not the same Darla as what we're seeing in the flashbacks, as I guess up to episode 7 of season 1 of Buffy. But even then, there's a bit of difference there, because I'm enjoying this, like, take on Darla more so than I am with the Buffy incarnation. I think they are giving her like I said, like they are doing with Darla in terms of resurrecting her, giving her a second chance. it's the same out, like, it's the same behind the camera. They're giving her a second chance to shine. So yeah, but I'm just really loving it. Like, I'm really loving Angel and Darla's scenes. That they are, to me, the best things going for season 2 at the minute, in terms of like what's my favorite like moments of season 2 so far. It's whenever them two interact, because they have so much great chemistry and there's so much great lines that come out, that it's just, and not just that though, but exploring their backstory, it just makes for a very, very intense and um not an intense and a moment where you just want to absorb the energy and absorb that moment. So yeah, I'm just really loving them two so much, because they are just stealing the spotlight for me, and I'm really loving their interactions. So yeah, that was another strong addition to Angel Season 2. I'm just loving this season so far. It's just like every episode has had their own degree of enjoyability. I'm sensing that with Buffy Season 5 too, so I'm glad, because normally at this point you'll have the one or two episodes that are like, eh. But so far, and I'm hoping I'm not jinxing this, season 2 has been a treat so far. Yeah, I'm just loving, especially David and Julie's interactions as Angel and Darla. They have so much great chemistry. Their like interactions are just very enjoyable, and it's well written. It's very, very tense emotionally, and yeah, I'm really excited to see where things go from here onwards, especially with Darla proving Angel's words is right, that she would be feeling this guilt, and you're seeing that take a toll on her. So yeah, I'm really loving what we're getting so far with Angel and Darla. But I also loved with this episode especially how this episode had expanded flashbacks from Buffy's Fool for Love, because we had William bump into Angel and Darla, which is funny because at first you didn't think anything of it, and then I was editing Fool for Love, ready to put on Patreon, and then I noticed like the long hair of Angel, and I think I did notice the blonde of Darla, and I was thinking, what if these two were that William bumped into were Angel and Darla, and then Drusilla, yeah. And it turns out that it was Angel and Darla, so I really liked that inclusion, as well as the scene where Spike returned from killing the first of his two Slayers, and that scene has so much different context, because we had, like, initially you thought this was based on jealousy, but it was based on a lack of angelousy, you could say. No, yeah, we at that point, Angel had his soul back, and he was questioning everything. He was feeling a lot of guilt. He couldn't go through with what Darla, Drusilla, Spike, he couldn't go through with what they were doing. It made him revolted about like the vampire life attacking innocents. That was not his life anymore. So I really loved how, because at first you were thinking, okay, well, he's reacting out of jealousy because, hey, I've got a Slayer. How many Slayers have you got? And just okay, so it could have been that. And you know, if you didn't watch, this is why I think this is a must watch after Fool for Love, because you could watch Fool for Love and skip this episode and take on the idea that this was based on jealousy. And this episode is important because it adds context to that moment where Angel's acting very coldly to Spike rejoicing about killing a Slayer. So yeah, I really loved how that was established, how different my opinion was to that scene about, okay, at first it was all jealousy, but now it's because he's lacking that angelousy. So I like that, because it sounds similar. So yeah, angelus, jealous. There we go. I'm gonna get butchered for that pun or whatever, but yeah, I really liked the flashbacks. And in Buffy's Full for Love, it was more focused on Spike's character. This was focused on their relationship. Speaking of flashbacks, though, we had another returning face, who I was not expecting to see, which was the Master. Yeah, it was really great to see him again, because I miss him. He was a very, very fantastic antagonist, and I really loved how they kind of portrayed a bit of an extension to his relationship with Darla. He was very distressed when Darla died in Buffy season 1. And you can kind of get an idea why, especially because, especially with this episode with him turning Darla into a vampire. And, you get parental vibes with the Master and Darla, because not just the fact that it seems like he gave her the name Darla because Darla didn't even know who she was before she got turned into a vampire, but we'll get onto that in a minute. But you had Angel challenging the Master in terms of, okay, well, Darla can stay here. No, I think she'd be better if she wasn't, squatting in the sewers. So, yeah. So there is and there is that parental vibe to the Master and Darla. So yeah, you can kind of look back at his reaction in season 1 when she died, and think about you could think about how crushing that is for the Master, as if he lost his own daughter with Darla dying. So yeah, so it was really great to see the Master return in this episode. But yeah, I really liked the flashbacks, especially with how they as well kind of parallel to the present day situation as well, because we had Darla try to return to her old way. She wanted that old life back. And they kind of played a similar idea with Angel and Angelus, but they did things differently because, of course, Angel was still a vampire, just he was a vampire with a soul at that point. But he was still trying to prove to Darla that he was still the same person that she fell in love with. It's kind of like the reverse of, I can prove I've changed, because, of course, that is the problem for Darla. He has changed. She doesn't want him anymore. But for Angel, he's like, I can prove that I'm still the person that you fell in love with. Just watch. But of course, that's it. You were just wondering, okay, so what's going to be the catalyst in terms of their separation? Because of course, we know that Angel would at some point deviate from Darla. So yeah, but that's it with Angel. He was trying to return to his old life and prove to Darla that, hey, I'm still Angelus. So yeah, but and then we have Darla praying to Angel that he would turn her into a vampire again, returning to that old life. But this is what I'm talking about. That Angel trying to be Angelus and Darla, they are done in 2 different methods, but they work in similar ways in the aspect that both characters want to provide that, I guess, return to normality for them. Because at that point, I think Angel still loved Darla. He just couldn't love what he used to do. He couldn't love the idea of hurting innocents. He was a completely changed man because of the curse that was placed on him. And I mean, he had 2 opportunities to prove his loyalty, I guess, to Darla, which was the family, which she didn't see, but she kind of had an idea later on. And then the baby, that from that same family that she kidnapped and said, okay, well, prove it. And he took the baby and decided to bolt, presumably back to the family that Darla took the baby from. So, yeah, I'm really loving Darla's character so much. It's just heartbreaking not just seeing her world fall apart and seeing how crushing this is for her, but also the self-harming, and yeah, it's just really, really, it's a very, very interesting direction we're gonna be going with, because Angel's gonna be there for her. He didn't have that luxury of someone being there for him, so he's gonna be there for Darla, whether Darla pushes him aside or not, because he can't stomach Darla going through this alone like he did. And of course, you've got to help the helpless, like Angel Investigations' motto is. So it's in his nature to look out for Darla and save her soul, essentially, because she's on breaking point. Her world is falling apart. She doesn't know what to do with herself. So Angel wants to help her through this and make sure that she can overcome this like he has. It still pains him, but it's not gonna. It hasn't pain. It's not paining him as much as it did when he first got his soul. So this is why this is it. Angel has to help her go through these first steps and hopefully be able to save her, because you know what else. This is it. Like, she's in this broken state. She doesn't know what to do with herself. She's feeling completely lost, especially, and it stings even more because she's lived twice as like, as a vampire, she's lived twice as long as Angel. That she doesn't even know who she was before Darla. So you just got to worry about what she could do in terms of providing a coping mechanism. And I'm talking real life subject, not, okay, well, I'm going to find a vampire and ask him or her to turn me into a vampire. So yeah, but yeah, I'm thinking real world scenarios, like drugs, for example, like winding up with the wrong people. This is what you got to worry about when regarding someone who is so broken that they'll do anything to ease the pain, especially when you don't know who you were. So Angel's, like, even if Darla said, "Don't come for me," yeah, he's gonna help her. And not just that though, but like, not just about worrying about what she could do, but because of that connectivity that they have. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how that does proceed, but I don't think there's going to be a moment where he will sire her at all. So because this is what they want. This is it. This is what they want at the end of the day, Wolfram and Hart. So yeah, it was great to have a bit of focus on them as well. Like with Holland as well, knowing that she's starting to fall apart, and he would turn that Darla would turn to Angel. So yeah, and we also had a bit of Lindsay, who, yeah, I'm wondering, like, if we're gonna go back down this route, like, because in the end of season 1, there was, like, hope that he would decide to stick the middle finger to Wolfram and Hart, but he caved into he caved into Holland. So yeah, but there was also that sense of betrayal. He was being played with, especially with the whole Darla and the security guard situation. So yeah, it will be very interesting to follow his story. But yeah, like I said, it was really good to focus on the idea of Darla tackling life with a soul, and how she is breaking, and how this is crushing her world. She is feeling all these kinds of emotions, this grief, this guilt. She doesn't know what to do with herself. She wants to find who she is, but she can't. It's killing her not knowing who she was before Darla. The only life she kind of does know is Darla, and hence why she wants to be turned back into a vampire again, because that was the life that she felt comfortable with. That was her life, and that's been taken away, but she's still living and breathing with a soul now. So yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see Darla's story fleshed out a bit more, now with her in this fight against herself, I guess, like with her now having a soul. So yeah, but I'm really interested to see how Angel's gonna take this approach to helping her, and if there and discovering how long it might be until Darla could potentially find her way on the up, because this is it, she's at rock bottom. So Yeah, but it was a very, very good episode. Loved it, and I'm loving more Darla, like Darla development, and not just for her own character, but also, like I said, her scenes with Angel is just really, really, really brilliant. Like, especially when he said, "You damned me," which is nice because it's like conflicting in a sense, but not in a complaint way, like, oh, this is contradictory or whatever. But he felt like he was put through, like in the present day terms, he was put through pain by Darla turning him into a vampire, but he won't give her that satisfaction. So, but at the same time, Darla's going to be thinking subconsciously, "You're damning me by not letting me be who I felt comfortable with." Um, but he can't do that. He can't do what she did to him to her. So I really liked that line, like that "you damned me" bit. So it was really good. But yeah, like I said, overall, I'm just loving their scenes together because it's just very mesmerizing, well acted, and well written as well. So I'm just really loving what we're getting with Darla and Angel, not just in the flashbacks, but also in the present day situation, especially when we see the differences in Darla then and now. So yeah, a very good episode of Angel. Can't wait to see what the next episode has on offer. Yeah, this season has just been pretty ace so far, and I am really glad that Darla's return is proving its worth, because it's just been one amazing ride thus far. But yes, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right. If you want to check out more of my content, you can also subscribe to my media feeds channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care. I will see you guys next time. Toodles!